what's up? Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem.
Yeah, let's talk about
got into that.
Amazon. I said Amazon because Amazon was on my mind. I want to talk about Amazon, but Google. Let's not just breeze over this because this is the first time that we've actually got to speak about the stock split. I think it was announced last Wednesday, or
right after they closed.
So, all right, this stock split situation is interesting for a few different reasons. Google, a lot of people, once a stock gets to a certain point, it becomes unattractive for retail investors. Psychologically, people look at something like, damn, I got to pay $2,000 for just one share.
But they bought a Chanel bag or Gucci. True. Shout out, if I see you at the network party with Gucci or Louis on, don't want to hear it. But Rashad's about to make a good point. Back to you, my
brother. so yeah, they so by Lawrence, and now $100. Apple has split a lot of different times.
Yeah.
So Google. So this is why I was bringing up the Amazon thing. So now Amazon is the last big tech company that has not split, that has a stock price, up there, over $3,000.
Yep.
So now there's no concrete evidence of this, but there's speculation that Amazon may split.
Yep.
Which that kind of drove Amazon stock price up as well.
Yeah.
Amazon was your company of the year.
Yes, still is.
So Google, how do you think Google's stock split will affect, if it will have any effect at all, on Amazon stock price?
Yeah, I think if we look at just the past 2 years of the companies that have split, we can just get a fair indication, right? A lot of retail investors have entered the market since March 2020. We saw it happen with Apple. Price ran up, right? As soon as it split, we saw a pullback. Tesla, they both did it at the same time, right? And then we also saw it with Nvidia. And so
Google stock will rise.
This is true.
Oh, it's going to the moon. No. It's going to be what y'all thought Doge was.
Yeah. So this is true, which is why, like, when I made the investment, I'm like, oh, this is perfect time. And then when I heard the split, I'm like, yo, I couldn't have had better time than this, right? There's no way to time it, but, just focusing in and knowing that, look, in 2021, this was the leader in all the FANG stocks. Like, they had an incredible year in growth, right? And so I'm
Amazon or Google?
Google did.
Amazon.
Google, yeah. Amazon had the worst. Why you keep rubbing it in, man?
I get confused with the two, man.
I'm not, man. My portfolio is not confused.
Yeah, with Amazon, the split, I think Google is going to put a little bit of pressure on, because, like you said, it's Amazon, the last of a dying breed to have a price that high. Amazon's been in the retirement picks of stock club forever.
Yeah.
So when everyone's like, yo, I don't know, I'm like, hold on, because now when they split, you're going to have even more shares. Some of you are going to ask, should I buy before or after? Answer is always both. It's a top 5 company. Great. And from a distribution standpoint, stickiness standpoint, like, Amazon's one of the greatest companies ever. Google probably has the best ad business ever. The two behemoths. And when we did the safest stocks maybe 5 or 6 months ago, Google was already in there. So you'll be good. Hold these 2, 4, or 5 years. You guys will be good.
Yeah. Think about last week what happened. Like, literally, Google reported Tuesday, market went up. Facebook reported Wednesday, market tanked.
Down.
Thursday, Amazon reported, blew out their earnings. Like I said, the growth in the revenue, obviously AWS grew. They made $11 billion off the Rivian investment on the, like, quietly.
I'm gonna be real. AWS is probably homework for you guys. What is the value of AWS and what is the market cap of Facebook right now? Be surprised. If you had to pick AWS, if it was publicly traded, would you pick that or Facebook? This is the real versus, right? Apple or Facebook, Google or Facebook, AMD or Facebook, Amazon or Facebook, but it's supposed to be top 5 that are alive is just dead.
Yeah.
What
So
do I know?
that and also, so Amazon on Friday, right? Then there's speculation that they were going to acquire Peloton, which drew Peloton,
Nike
and Amazon were the leaders in that. And just the rumor of that was enough to raise Peloton stock, which is interesting, right? And people are like, well, why Peloton? Well, they have 3 million subscribers. Peloton, obviously, the stock is going down. I think the market cap is like 8 or 9 billion. Let's say they sell it for double
8
that.
or 9 billion. Wow.
Yeah, right. Let's say they sell it for 15 or something like that. You mix those 3 billion active users, right, and make that a part of Amazon Prime, which has over 250 million users,
and
you
that
put
brings
that as part of your membership.
too. Yeah.
Who like what health and fitness company can compete with that? They're starting with 260 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. That's why I think the acquisition, and then we've seen it with Amazon, they'll acquire something to dominate a space, right? And so like Apple has been quiet about it, and I know people are like, oh, it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense because if you can take it from that competitor that is Amazon, and now you have the Apple Watch that can now link to that bike or that hardware company and the hardware piece that you need.
What makes Peloton special though?
I got the best line. You had a spark when you started, but now you just garbage.
But it's special for a company that needs that hardware device in health and fitness.
What hardware device are you referring to?
The treadmill, the bike.
You can't build a treadmill? Apple can't build a treadmill?
They could.
Yeah. Apple's not gonna buy Peloton.
What proprietary information? I don't have a Peloton. I'm actually honestly asking the question because
so,
to me, it's a stationary bike with a like iPad on it, like it tracks your movements. Like what can
there's
like why can't
intellect is the classes?
So it's a community. It's more than just a bike. It's a community. And so like if you had a bike, I had a bike, Ian had a bike, we could be doing this workout at the same time. And so the community becomes a bigger thing. Now we have time. Now we can race against each other. Now they added a fitness component where you can actually turn the screen and work out off the bike. They have workout programs, but you still need the app to do it, right? Or you need to be on an app to do it. So if you combine those two, right? If I don't need the app, that was just a part of Apple Fitness.
Well, let me ask you, I'll say this.
That's a hell of a user
maybe
base.
For Nike or Amazon, that might make sense.
Yeah,
but Apple already has a community. Anything Apple does is a community. If they say we're going to do this, iFitness,
who's that health and fitness community right now?
But that's easy to just. They already have a cult. They have Apple as a cult.
It's hard.
I'm saying the brand is. I'm saying that component, right? The health and fitness component. The watch, but that's just a device, and there's no way to sync that with what you're doing, right? Like my watch doesn't say what you're doing, whereas in this community, we can all
be
see.
Honest though.
You got
health. Any business in which you're relying upon people to actively do something every day is the wrong business to be in. It's not fun to say because we're consumer facing ourselves, but if I have to rely on a person doing anything every day, I'm not betting on that business.
Unless it's like food or beverage.
But what about YouTube?
YouTube
and Google. They're relying on people to watch every day.
It's not
Google.
Exercise.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying the thesis of relying on people. They're relying on people to watch.
To actively do anything. Okay, you guys put in chat. If you work out 7 days a week, please put yes in chat. If you have sex 7 days a week, put yes in chat. That's end of discussion. We're not gonna put like listen. I want to be a great investor. How did you pick the name Master Investor? Dog, I haven't missed a day since 2010. Then y'all say, man, how you know all this stuff, bro? Reading. I want to pop bottles too. But when y'all are out at the club at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm doing this. No, you don't put in the work. Shawty, if you have to run a podcast with 10 other people, out of them 10, how many do you know will actually put out the content without you having to tell them to put it out? None. That offended me that you told me. Hey, man, what are we talking about? Man. Anyway.
Can we go back to the analogy?
You gotta be consistent, but yeah, go ahead. This is entertainment.
This is just entertainment.
There's no fitness brand that. What's the strongest fitness brand?
Probably, maybe Planet Fitness. To be honest,
is it a brand? I mean, company. Yeah, is it a brand?
There's no. It's not a good business model. That's why gyms close all the time.
Yeah,
people are lazy, especially in America.
Lazy as hell.
They're not disciplined. Mm-hmm. They're not consistent. They fall off the wagon. They don't want to pay. It's least on the totem pole as far as their responsibilities.
Priorities.
Mm-hmm. It's not. Think about it. No gym has in the last 30 years has reached a level where it's like iconic level. None. Not one.
Iconic level?
Not one.
I mean, that's tough. Well, Gold's Gym, would you probably say was the last one?
It's not iconic.
I'm saying at one point.
At one point it was like, yeah, in
the iconic
80s and 90s, but that was really because of Arnold, which he didn't get enough equity in that. He got mad at that, and
you've had waves. Beachbody when they had P90X and RT. That was
they're not publicly traded though.
But I'm just saying that was a wave. When's the
last
time you heard somebody do P90X or Sean T's workout?
I just seen a commercial for that, but that's besides the point. But my thing is like, so Peloton is a community.
A wave.
Oh wait, well we'll
Peloton
see.
is a wave.
We'll see. We'll see.
Just like P90X was a wave.
We'll see. Because
Yeah,
the thing is, right? Like, if there's rumors of these companies acquiring them, then there must be some value in what they're seeing.
Yeah, the value is a drop of 80%. If
But
I can raise
on the company side, but I'm saying to acquire it, you don't have to acquire it. They don't have
We'll
to.
see.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, it's still rumors, though.
Yeah, it's still room.
yeah.
We'll see.
Peloton's dead though.
By the way.
As is Under Armour.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem. Your boy.